Just trying to stay warm, Tony. How about you?
Well, that's not an issue out here. Not an issue out here. We got the sun, we got some rain, but it's clearing up, so it's pretty pleasant out here in SoCal. We can expect probably another couple 100,000 people out here after the crazy cold. That's what happens. The weather gets cold, and they come out here and turn to the first of the year. And then it
Right.
doesn't help that the Rose Bowl doesn't help when they play the Rose Bowl unopposed, and of course that brings another 100,000 people into the state. So yeah, that's kind of how it rolls out here. But anyway. We're going to the ice here as the Penguins here host the Red Wings. Penguins minus 210, total 6.5.
Yeah, I mean, I bet, these hockey teams wish they were on these, aloha vacations and such. But today, we're taking a look at the Red Wings versus the Penguins here. Penguins are off a really, really bad road loss, to the Islanders. Lost 5-1. I mean, they got outshot 42-21 in that outing. Red Wings, like I said, they are coming off of that extended vacation here due to bad weather, opposite of what, Tony experiences on a daily basis here. But otherwise, they are off a nice, 7-4 win versus Tampa Bay here. It will be the first meeting between these two teams. Looks like they're going to play, three here this season. But the Red Wings, they are 1-5 in the last six in Pittsburgh. But if you take a look at the Penguins team, they're only 2-6 in their last eight here, playing on 0 days rest. So also the Red Wings here scoring 3 goals a game, and the Penguins 3.42 goals here, on average. So I kind of think, the short rest, this forward unit for the Red Wings are going to probably carry them today, create a ton of, open shots here as well. In September, the Red Wings won 6-2 in the last outing. And then in October, I guess the October one would be the last outing, but the Penguins won 3-2. I'm going to kind of fade the steam here, if that's what you want to call it. Because, if you had bet with the Penguins, they're like 17-2 here this season. But I'm going to take a look at the Red Wings here, plus 1.5. So not totally fading the steam, but I'm going to take them at minus 145 here, today. For a Penguins team that seems to struggle a little bit here as of late.
All right, we got Mindy here on the Red Wings puck line. So you take the goal and a half, minus 145 here against Penguins. Penguins team that was in action yesterday, cut off that long break here. Boy, they had 4 days rest, and then of course you're looking here at this a Red Wings team playing their first game since the break, 6 days of rest. So lots of rest here for this Red Wings team as they hit the ice as they closed out before the break, finished with a 7-4 win, and they broke what they just broke, a 6-game losing streak.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. I mean, the goalies aren't totally, I don't think, confirmed, but it looks like DeSmith, for the Penguins, he's having trouble this season. He's only like a .886, save percentage, and I think it's Husso for the Red Wings. But I definitely take a look at, where these two teams stand. Overall record. If we kind of take a look at the last 10 or 11 games here, Red Wings are 6-5 on the road. Penguins are 10-3 at home, but if you take a look at this puck line, it's a little bit different story. Red Wings are 9-6 on the road puck line, while the Penguins are only 6-10 on their home puck line. So another little indication that the Red Wings kind of have, the upper hand here in this one today. So I like them at plus 1.5 goals today.
Minnie, you're into the numbers. So, how do you factor in trends when you see certain teams like these are Eastern Conference teams? And they're one. It looks like the Pittsburgh has had good success against the Red Wings, and of course, we often hear about some these different ATS trends and stuff. How do you factor that when you're just strictly numbers?
So I am strictly numbers, and basically kind of where I start off at is taking a look at their rolling averages. So for me, that's kind of the bigger deal, kind of the what have you done for me, lately section of that. So once I have a pretty good idea of where these teams have stand, where they stand on goals, where they have produced, then I go ahead and kind of take a look at some of those trends after that. So if I have a team, we kind of talked about a couple of these today. So I can't remember who it is now. I don't have my papers here with me. But if I have, a team here that's minus 180 on the, on the money line and a team that's minus 160 on the puck line, I think that's when those trends kind of come into consideration a little bit more for me. I'm not sure if that's how everyone else plays that, but I take a look at where we're at on a rolling average, what have we done in the short term, and then take a look at some of those factors like, hey, the Penguins win most of the time when they're at home versus this team. And then I might say, okay, I'll go ahead. I do have them winning. I don't really like playing over 150, but I'll take them at minus 180 today. That's kind of how I look at
Gotcha.
trends after I figure, some of those scoring numbers in for hockey.
Yeah, so current form, kind of how I grew up, basically looking at the racing form. I always taught, don't go more than 3 races back. Just look at the last 3 races. That's, by the way, that's how they set up the Bayer number, is basically the last 3 numbers. And the Bayer has been one of the most successful power ratings of anything in my lifetime, has been the Bayer. And it does show up on the tote bar. It does show up on the racing. The teams with the horses with the top Bayers are always going to be around there, around the finish. So, and he uses pretty much last three races. So current form. So, all right, Mindy here on Red Wings puck line plus 1/2 goals, minus 145 against the Penguins. This one will have a start time here of 7:30 Eastern time. All right, Mindy, let's take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com for today's action. We're into it now. We're into it now. Great results in NHL. Great results in NBA. 650 units of profit last 7 days. She's been on fire here in the association with Mindy Hahne. Also, the past 30 days in the NBA, 928 units of profit, showing good profit in college football the last 3 days as well. So we got a lot of everything up there. Bowl games, NBA, we got hockey, we got a lot of nice conference games. I know there's a lot of mid-major conferences. I like the Mountain West, a lot of late night action up there, keeping everyone up late. What do you have going over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, and Tony, too, it's like some of those, trends are kind of meant to be broken there as well. Like we kind of took a look at the Kings and the Nuggets last night, right? The Kings were, 4-0 on that. So, all of a sudden here comes the Nuggets and they go ahead and take care of the Kings. So there goes that trend. So it's going to be one of those, you have to kind of take that with a grain of salt as well. But a lot of times it does help with, taking a look at, what other handicappers are doing, what I'm doing, what the public looks like. And then you can kind of get a better overall feel, for trends and such like that. But for me today, I am pretty heavy in the NBA. So we have 6 games in the NBA, like you had mentioned, up 650 units the last 7 days, 928 over the last 30. So I kind of feel like I'm, seeing the card pretty well there in that one. And then, for a lot of my basketball trends, I do take a look at where they fit in the season overall and where they've been over the last 5 games. And then I kind of have a couple scenarios that, that they have to beat. So if you can beat, if your score looks good over the season long, and if it looks good over the past 5 and they match, then that's one of those games that I'm going to really, take a hard look at as well. Then in 2 games in the NHL, like you show on the graphic there, plus 1750 units this NHL season. We'll be in on 3 NCAA basketball games here today, so you can catch a 3-pack there. And, where I'm part of that morning steam team with Ramon, we're hitting it at plus 920 units there for college basketball. And then I am finally in a couple more bowl games today. I've been kind of light on the bowl games just because there's been a lot of that indecisiveness going on with players, the transfer portal, all that kind of stuff. But in 2 bowl games today, I've been 4-1 so far this bowl season. So again, I kind of feel like sometimes with these, we're going to start to roll a little bit more on the bowl games once we get out of those, I guess unfamiliar, matchups and such. So yeah, a lot of action here today. Put plenty of packages out. I think you're definitely going to find something that you like if you want to give me a try today. And then also you can look at something over the long term. Might as well go ahead and get a 7-day. We've been talking about that. Get you past the new year. And again, I do play quite a bit of volume, so I think you'll get the bigger bang for your buck, that way as well. And then be able to put more profit, back in your pocket as well.
That's right. Again, we're with Mindy Hahne over at Tony's Picks. We gave you the great numbers here from Mindy in the NHL. 1,750 units of profit right now in the NHL. Also showing great profit here this month in NBA as well as college football. So a good time to get on board with Mindy right over at Tony'sPicks.com here with the multi-sport 5-pack on the board. College football, college basketball, and NHL, and 2 NBA there on that 5-pack. Also a 3-pack up on the board from Mindy on the board from college hoops, as you can be able to see the plays We got to get that on the homepage now with these plays. Or actually, on the profile pages, we see them on there.
Put it on
What's
your
going on
to-do
there?
list.
That's on the to-do list. I keep seeing these things that got to be done, and they haven't been done. So I'm gonna have to. So that's why we got to make sure these things get done. Because my screen shows the leagues, and over here it doesn't. So we're gonna get that fixed. But anyway,
Okay.
college
Correct.
basketball 3-pack. We also have the NBA Bookie Buster, a 5-pack here from this NBA card as well. Mindy in there with the best bets again here from NHL as well as that college football, the Texas Bowl. She's in it with her best bet. Of course, we've talked about this. The long-term passes are a great way to go. And again, here this time of the year where it's a lot of bowls, you want to get that weekly all sports pass. This will cover all the bowl games, all of Mindy's NHL, NBA, college hoops. Remember, we have NFL here coming up here Thursday, Sunday, and Monday. The NFL is covered there with that package as well. I do believe we have a bowl game as well on the 2nd, if I'm not mistaken. I believe we do. That would also be covered in there as well. So go ahead and get on board there with Mindy with that 7-day all sports pass here. As we do have bowls here on the 2nd, as we talked about. That's right, we do, because that's when
Cheese It Bowl that Ramon's talked about.
that's right. We got four games. We got 4 games: Mississippi State, Illinois, Tulane, USC, Purdue, LSU, and we've got Utah and Penn State in the Rose Bowl. So 4 bowl games there. So you're all covered there with the bowls when you get that 7-day all sports pass, including the playoffs, by the way, which are on Saturday. We got Ohio State, Georgia, TCU, Michigan. Preceding that will be Iowa, Kentucky, and Kansas State, Alabama. Looks like we have 4 bowls. We got Thursday we got 3, Friday we got 5, then we got 4 and 4. So lots of bowl action coming up. So get that 7-day all sports pass from Mindy. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout and you'll save 20% off. You can access Mindy's page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Cappers tab, and then you will land right on Mindy's page and get on over and get signed up to either her passes for today in orange or the yellow long-term passes, which are really good value there. That 7-day pass will cover you for the Bulls. So a great way to go ahead and get signed up with Mindy. All right, Mindy, we put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony's Picks Mindy with more content there. And, of course, that morning steam as we're steaming here to the weekend with a lot of bowl coverage and, of course, coverage today heavy with the NBA, NHL, college hoops.
Yeah, you can find me at Tony's Picks Mindy on Twitter, where you will get another free pick. So why don't you go over there, go ahead and find us at, like I said, at Tony's Picks Mindy. Give me a follow, give me a retweet, and then make sure you click on the notifications so you get these free picks. Every day. You can also pick up all the other ones from the other cappers because we have more than just, folks on this show putting picks out. So make sure you don't miss out on those as well. And then you can find me almost every morning, pretty much, Saturday through Thursday, 8 a.m. Central Time, where we go over all of the cards, I guess all of them in its entirety for the NBA and NHL. We'll be making sure we get all of NFL in and all of these bowl games. We usually are kind of selective here yet on what we do for college basketball. We try to, highlight all of the main games that are out there on TV so you can bet along while you watch. But yeah, make sure you come and join us in the morning where, again, we go over all of the line movements. We gain consensus between Mindy and Ramon and the chat room. And it's a lot of fun. We have more and more new people that are coming into the chat. We're usually staying around 60 live chatters, so we're really having a good time with this. And just want to say shout out to Ramon Scott, my favorite co-host and friend, where it's his birthday today. So don't be shy. Make sure you go and buy one of his packages here for his birthday today.
All right, Ramon's birthday, so get on board here with Mindy Hahne over at Tony'sPicks.com. And, of course, follow her on Twitter at Tony's Picks Mindy. And, of course, that morning steam show, Saturdays through Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Tune in. And, of course, today a lot of coverage there. By the way, if many of you are driving at this hour, we do put the show up in podcast form so you can listen to it on your drive home. It is Tony's Picks is the podcast available on all major platforms. Just search Tony's Picks and you'll find the full show length of the morning team. Listen today with the breakout today from the NBA, NHL, college basketball. Also look aheads here from college football in prime time and look aheads for tomorrow's college football. So go ahead and tune into the show there that way. All right, Mindy, as always, great having your show. Keep up our great work and we'll talk with you again tomorrow.
Yeah, sometimes I wish you guys were closer so we could hang out more. It would be fun.
I know, it would be.
For Ramon's birthday today.
That's right.
So maybe we can all get together soon. But thanks, Tony. I'm having a good time here and appreciate all your hard work.
Appreciate you as well. Mindy Hahne here on Game Day Picks. Guys,